everyone, and welcome back for another tarot and oracle reading, just tuning into the universal energies that we are working with at the moment. I thought, I put a post on Facebook earlier saying that I was going to do a video tomorrow, but then I thought, no, I feel like doing it now, so I'm doing it now. Anyway, here we are. Okay, so the whole point of today's video is to have a look at the current full moon eclipse in Virgo. It's the first day. There's two eclipses this month. One is tomorrow the 14th. Is tomorrow the 14th? No, tomorrow's the 13th. So Thursday the 13th, Friday the 14th of March 2025 is the first eclipse. It's a full moon eclipse. The second one is a new moon in Aries, which is I think the 27th or the 28th of March. I'm never good with my dates, as we know, but the whole point is we've got two eclipses this month, and eclipses are always course correctors. Now, I don't know about you, if you've been feeling the energy building, and I was actually talking to my daughter yesterday. She said to me, Mum, do you feel like the energy is like a bit weird at the minute? And I was like, yeah, like the energy always seems to feel a little bit weird. But as she was saying that, I got this sensation of, do you know how when you get like a catapult, okay, and it's or like a bow and arrow, and you pull it back and then bing, it goes forward? That's what I don't know how you're feeling, but that's what I've been feeling over the last while, is this like pullback. It feels like a vacuum, and what that vacuum has felt like is like a slowness. It's like there's a feeling within of, I can feel something new, something big is coming. I can feel I'm changing. I can feel I'm growing. I'm getting all these wonderful, good ideas. Do this, do that. But the momentum is just not there. Do you know what I mean? It feels like that pull back and then bang, and then that's what an eclipse does. Okay? Now the pull back is this full blood moon eclipse now that we have in Virgo. This pullback is, let's go back there, okay? Let's see. Let's just remind you of what's not working. That's how it feels. So you will find old memories coming up, people from the past, feeling triggered, like that old feeling again. All the old worst fears are there in HD. And it's not, so I don't want us to think, oh God, I thought I was past this, I thought I dealt with this. No, it's healing just another layer. We're just healing another layer, but this layer is a big one. It's a big one, because we're wanting to now, well, not wanting to, we're going to be launching forward now in big ways. Eclipses always bring big changes. However, we have the energy of this eclipse now. Tomorrow, the energy is there 3 days before, 3 days after. Okay, but because it's an eclipse, it's longer. So we might feel it for months. Okay, but the point is, it's like this period we're going into now. It's the final contraction. It feels like that final push before the baby is born. The baby, aka the new you, the new beginning. Okay, it's a huge one. So we're going to feel it intensely. It is a huge purge, right? So we're going to feel it physically as well. Waking up at weird hours. I know in the last couple of days I've been waking up at like 3:33 a.m. I mean, really, right? Odd hours of the morning, and then the mind is going, and then also like weird dreams, weird appetite. Our physical bodies are changing to match the internal soul growth that we're doing. As that saying goes, as within, so without. Okay, so we're experiencing now as a collective, nobody's immune to energy. It's like nobody's immune to the sun. You know, the energy is there. We're going to feel it whether we like it or not. But remember, it always comes down to, what are we making it mean? Okay, so the hack here to navigate this energy is, how is this energy supporting me? Let me not identify with the energy, but let me rather look at it with interest. Like that old trigger, that old person from the past, those old memories. Let me look at it objectively with interest and say, okay, what am I learning? What am I releasing? What am I needing to let go of, so that I can get this bing, movement forward? Okay? On that note, let's pull a tarot card. Let's see what energetic weather is influencing us right now. What energetic influence is it? Let's see. The Three of Swords. Can't make it up. This is the heartache, sadness, grief, mourning, right? And this is all from the past, right? And I'm hearing putting it to bed. Now, as these emotions are coming up now, and they're going to be amplified, okay? What these emotions are saying is, right, let's now dig deep, but let's also take accountability. So all this hurt that's coming up from the past, right, whatever it is, whatever the context is, we can't be, it's her fault, it's his fault, it's them, okay? We need to also have a look at ourselves as well. Like, how do we maybe accidentally contribute to that situation? This is not an opportunity for blame, and it's not an opportunity for guilt. It is an opportunity to make sense of it, so that we can put it to bed, so that we can catalyze the pain into power and move forward, okay? I know it feels like we've been doing this forever, but right now this is a big one. They're showing me it's like pulling the cork out of the bottle so that we can now move forward. You know, it's a big one, it's a big purge. So the Three of Swords could not be more accurate. Sadness, grief, heartache, and it is vital to allow ourselves to feel this. As I always say, we have to feel in order to heal. The issues are in the tissues. This has to come to the surface. And the best way, have a good old cry, okay? Because the tears are carrying the chemical components of the trauma and the pain and the grief that you've been holding deep down on a DNA level, on a cellular level, which brings me to the major solar flare activity at the moment. Yes, we always have solar flare activity these days, but at the moment, in the last couple of days, the last week, it has been intense. The Schumann resonance, which is Earth's heartbeat, has been off the charts. And again, what that energy does, it comes in and it shakes loose on a cellular level all the gunk that we've been holding on to. It has to come to the surface and we have to feel it. Okay, so that's what the Three of Swords is all about. And I'm hearing Spirit say, this is not happening to you. It's happening for you. It's happening for you. This is all stuff from the past. Okay. I'm also getting abrupt endings. Okay. So what this eclipse can also bring is an abrupt ending to something that actually wasn't serving you to begin with. Okay. So in other words, there could be like a divorce, a breakup out of nowhere. Your business partner decides they've had enough, or maybe you've decided you've had enough. It's abrupt endings when it comes to relationships, because this is also centered a lot around self-worth and your identity. Remember what Spirit has been banging on about for videos since, I think, 2023. It's all been about self-worth. It's been about your identity that's shifting and changing, that little caterpillar in a cocoon that's shifting and changing and metamorphosizing. Okay, this is another side effect. Again, we change, whatever changes and evolves inside, there's an external result of that. It shows up externally too. Okay, all right. What wisdom is there? What are we taking? That's brilliant. What are we taking away from this? Because it's sore. It's not pleasant. What are we taking away? What's the lesson? Happy. That's the lesson. Embrace your happiness. Okay, now notice the lightness, the balloons, she's floating, okay? So if we want to be lighter, we have to let go of what's been holding us down in the first place, isn't it? And this is what we're letting go of that's been holding us down. The heartache, the sadness, the pain from the past, the difficult relationships, the business partnerships, the failed jobs, whatever, the abuse, the trauma, whatever it is, we are now releasing this in bulk, okay? Now also Virgo's got a lot to do with health and well-being. So we might notice our bodies are getting our attention. Now obviously, as we all know, I'm not a doctor. I just go purely on what I feel intuitively. If you're worried about anything, go and check it out, okay? But yes, it's time to embrace happiness. And also, Your happiness, your idea of what happiness looks like now might be different to what it looked like before. So a lot of us might be having changes of heart. We might decide we're sick and tired of that job or whatever, so that we can move forward and embrace something that is a much better fit for us, essentially. Okay? Happiness is what we're learning, what true happiness really is. Okay? Now, let's use a different deck today, the Goddess Power Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. Let's have a look and see, what do the goddesses want us to know right now about this full moon eclipse? We got 2 here. Shakti, transformation. Change, transformation. You are changing, you are evolving, you are growing, you're about to come out of your cocoon. Okay? Flow. Go with the flow. Don't force, don't push, don't control, go with the flow. Now with this, I'm hearing Spirit say that right now the energy is quite supportive and it is quite benevolent. You know, so in other words, you can afford to jump in the river on your little raft and just let the river of life take you. It is safe, I'm hearing. You can go with the flow. Now is not the right time for action. Remember, there's this energy of the bow and arrow, this pull back, and then come the new moon eclipse 2 weeks from now, boom, right? And then of course that brings us into Aries season. And Aries season, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So that's the sign of the pioneer, the self-starter. So March, end of March going into April is that's actually the astrological new year. Okay, so it's almost like the new year doesn't begin on the 1st of January, begins 2021 March onward. Anyway, moving on swiftly. So now is not the time for major action. It's time to build up. We're building up that momentum, and then boop, we go forward. So go with the flow. Okay, that's brilliant. Notice when you're using a bow and an arrow, I love this analogy. When you're using a bow and arrow and you're pulling the bow back, you're pulling the arrow back, okay? And when the time is right, once you've got your sights and then you're quite clear on your target, bing, you let it go. Now, at no point do you go after the arrow, catch it mid-air and take it to its destination. That's not your job. That's God, universe, source, right? That's their job. Your job, what's your goal? What do you want? Okay? And then you let your arrow fly unencumbered towards its goal. So no micromanaging needed, no forcing, no pushing, you let it go. And we let it go when? When the moon starts to wane. Okay, so wane is, we're waxing. Tomorrow and the next day is pretty much full. So I would say Saturday onwards it starts to wane. It starts to go back to the dark of the moon, the new moon, which is 2 weeks from now. So I would, look, you can set intentions whenever you bloody well like, okay, to be fair. But the weather is best for setting your intentions on the other side of your purge. The other side of them, when the moon is full, when things have now come to culmination on the other side, then you can start wishing, setting intent, manifesting, vision boarding, whatever it is that you do that helps get your head in the zone, okay? From Friday, Saturday onwards when the moon starts to wane, okay? Okay, shall we pull another tarot card on what lessons are here for us with this full moon in Virgo? What is the lesson? What is the lesson? The lesson is the Hierophant. Look at these ladies. Just chilling, oming, doing the yoga. Okay? Spiritual practice is to remember that you are a spiritual being first. You just happen to have a human vessel that carries you around the place. The Hierophant has also got a lot to do with structure, learning, higher learning, organized learning, tradition. So in other words, a lot of us might feel the urge to even start studying something that is more in alignment with who you are. So for those of you that are questioning, should I study this? Should I go back to that degree or that course? Or should I sign up for, this would be your answer to go for it, okay? But most of all, this is about just relaxing, just chilling. Remember the 9-year, this universal year 9, the year of the snake, the year of shedding, letting go. Now is not really a time to force and push. That's what last year was for. Remember the last video we spoke about this. Last year was hustle, hustle, go, go, do, do. Okay? This year's more about allowing yourself to be guided and even pulled towards whatever is the next best thing for you. Okay? Just chill, like they're doing. Okay? Okay, so that's the lesson. Relaxing, going with the flow. Okay, let's pull the wisdom of the oracle. Let's see, what are we learning right now from this? Go the distance. Go the distance. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay? Be grounded. Be practical in everything that you do right now. Also, what I'm hearing with this is whatever it is that you're releasing or letting go of now, okay, and whatever it is that you're starting or manifesting in the near future will have more longevity to it, okay? It's going to be a lot easier, and as in there's no forcing or pushing, it's more allowing, going with the flow, but also there's an ease about it, and also it's meant to last. That's what I'm getting with this. It's meant to last. So in other words, the changes you initiate right now, in other words, let's say you want to lose weight, you want to do a wellness regime, you want to get clear on your health, very Virgo themes, it'll have a lasting effect, okay? If you are clear here on what it is that you want to do, you've got this, you can go the distance, you can do it, okay? All right, let's pull a goddess card and let's see, what are we learning right now through this Virgo full moon eclipse? Salvation, healing. Green Tara is all about healing, okay? But, oh, this is good. What I hear with this is healing, yes, salvation, yes, but are you trying to fix other people? Who are you trying to save? Who are you running after and burning your, because that's what Virgo people love to do, okay? Virgo people are very self-sacrificing, the martyr. So you want to ask yourself, who are you trying to rescue and save? How can you have a bit of better boundaries there with yourself? But also, can you ask that by running after and rescuing other people, is that not us avoiding rescuing and saving ourselves first? This Virgo full moon is teaching us how to put our own salvation first, putting our own oxygen mask on first before we try and help everybody else. So therefore, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of us are dealing with burnout at the moment, okay? If you're dealing with burnout right now, if you're shattered, exhausted, then this message is for you. It's time for you to prioritize your well-being. Don't run so much after other people. Find the balance. Put you first. And remember, self-care is not just bubble baths. It can be, okay? But I prefer well-being protection. That's a better word for self-care. Well-being protection. Okay, brilliant. Okay, now let's ask, okay, we take all this advice. What is on the other side of our actions? What is on the other side? What is the result of the actions we take now? The devil. Interesting. Now with this, I'm getting, addiction. Feeling, okay. What I'm getting with this now, okay, is all the stuff that we are purging right now. This is the answer I've been looking for all along. You see, that I can't get answers for myself, I get it for you guys. What we've been purging, actually, never mind trauma, never mind aches and pains and suffering from the past, but the addictions that come with it, our addictive responses. So in other words, here's an example. Let's say John has had a traumatic childhood, and he's now become an alcoholic. He now uses alcohol as a crutch, okay? So now that's going to come to a head. It's going to be loud. The traumas are going to come to the surface. It's going to come to a head. Now, so as he's now working through the trauma, you know, doing the inner work, blah, 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 now he gets faced with healing the addiction. And I'm also with that hearing addiction to problems, addiction to drama, addiction to our old stories that keep us stuck in needing that alcohol that John needs, the cigarettes that Mary needs, the gambling that Jackie needs, whatever, you know. So whatever it is, it's not just about healing the addiction, it's about the trauma underneath it, but it's also healing the addiction to the problem. That's enormous. That's what we're taking away here, is healing our addictions. And the addictions can take so many forms. With this, I'm also hearing routine. Okay? So this eclipse now, tomorrow and the next day, this energy we're going to feel for quite some time, is helping us to clear addictions of all kinds, even the ones that are not as blatantly obvious, like drug addiction, alcohol addiction, gambling, blah, blah. Not those obvious guys, but it's the subtle ones. It's the subtle. So it could be doom scrolling on your phone as a way of bypassing, right? Bypassing whatever it is that you're feeling, or whatever the case is. It's the subtle things. It can be addiction to problems, addiction to drama, addiction to coming across with our victim story, because our victim story gets us the love and attention that we crave. We can't take that where we're going. We can't take that in the new people that we are now becoming, the new sovereign beings that is being revealed within us now. We need new stories, you see. This is phenomenal. I love this. This is really clearing out some serious clutter for us now. Another note, Virgo is the perfectionist. So don't be surprised if you feel like cleaning out physical clutter. Look, that is also highlighted in a year 9. A year 9 is all about decluttering your life physically, mentally, emotionally anyway. But it'll be a lot more pronounced right now. Okay? Whatever it is that you're physically wanting to toss, good rule of thumb, as I always say, does it bring my energy up? Yes, keep it. Brings your energy down? Toss. Okay? Give it away, have a yard sale, whatever. Okay, so that's the devil. Addictions, that little devil on the shoulder. You're not good enough. You need to cope by scrolling Facebook too much, whatever. Okay, let's get some wisdom of the oracle. So let's see, what are we taking away from this Virgo full moon eclipse, 14-15 March 2025? What are we taking away from this eclipse? Between worlds, reality shifting, timeline shifting, major timeline shifts at the minute. Okay, pick your reality. Do you want, okay, now this is more collective. Do you want the doom and gloom? Oh, it's awful, it's all awful. Or do you want to, I'm not saying be ignorant, okay? Pick your reality. You know what I'm talking about. Are we going to keep focusing on the ain't it awfuls? Or are we going to focus on let's bring the light in, let's see the positive in the situation, let's acknowledge our growth, what do I need to do differently, how can I respond differently to what's going on here? Pick your reality, because how you choose to see it is how you will experience it. Simple as that, I'm hearing. Okay? Between worlds, pick your reality. That is your autonomy, that is your freedom, that is your divine right to choose. Okay? All right, let's see, Goddess, what are we taking away from this full moon Virgo blood moon eclipse? What are we taking away from this, please? We're taking away new beginnings, Easter. Notice Easter, new beginnings. We're going into Easter, which is in April, I think. Yeah. New beginnings. We're stepping into a whole new paradigm, it feels like, a whole new reality. But I just heard my guide say, who's very straightforward, he's saying, shit's about to get real, just saying. Like if you look at the world around you, I really don't follow politics if I can help it. I avoid it like the plague. But what they're showing is here, a lot of changes in the world, a lot of political changes, a lot of earth changes, a lot of weather changes, like shit is about to get real, okay? And he's not saying that to frighten you. It's more just a case of go into witness. Of course, if you can help in any which way you can, help. If you are too far away to lend a helping hand, as I always say, your little ball of light, set intention, off it goes, love, light, and healing for all, okay? But yeah, shit's about to get real. Just be as, what's what I'm looking for? Neutral. Don't let it get in your boat, because your boat will sink. Remember, all the stuff that's out there at the moment, it's been there all along. It's just being exposed now. So whatever you do, don't let it turn you into a negative Nancy. Don't go down with it. Keep focusing on the new, on your life, where you're going. Be the best person you can be, and that's you adding your little light to your little corner of your world. So on the other side of this, beautiful new beginnings. Notice we started with the Three of Swords. Heartache, heartbreak, sadness, grief, loss. That's what we're letting go of, because this is where we're going. New beginnings, a clean slate, rebirth. That's what Easter is all about. Rebirth, right? The coming of spring in the Northern Hemisphere. As well as obviously the resurrection of Jesus and all the rest. All the various religions have all their various takes on it. All quite relevant, but here we are. So that's tarot and oracle. Okay, what do we need to surrender to get us through this full blood moon eclipse? What do we need to surrender now? What do we need to surrender? Surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. That's the bow and arrow theory. We've been pulled backwards through time, feeling uncomfortable, feeling the taut tension. We know where we want to go. We get launched forward. You leave that arrow. Don't touch it. Leave your intentions. Forget about it. Give it to God. And you just keep moving. Okay? Let God, source, spirit, universe, creator, what have you, let yourself be supported on your little river, on your little arrow towards your goal. Do not touch that arrow. Leave it so that it can fly unencumbered. Okay? Now what? Okay, let's pull 2 cards from the Gateway of Light activation, and let's see, what are our souls up to at the minute? What are our souls up to at the moment? We have Halls of Amenti initiation, secrets revealed, treasures uncovered initiation. Okay, what else do we need to know right now with this Virgo full moon eclipse? We have I am presence. Okay, so the first one, it says Halls of Amenti initiation, secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, initiations. Beautiful. Let's read out this card's message. Halls of Amenti. Okay, this card says you're in a deep initiatory chamber at this time. You might feel that things are heavy and challenging, but know that a reconfiguration is happening. Energetically, you are going through an initiation that will allow you to go beyond the fears of the ego and transcend the limitations of the physical realm. You might not feel that light is present because you're in the middle of this phase at the moment. But know that it is present within you. You might be feeling frustrated or overwhelmed, but a lot of this anxiety is actually old energies that were stored in the depths of your body being released so that your vibration can rise. That's exactly what came up earlier, where I said we're going to be feeling it physically, because of all the solar flares and the light coming in, that's shaking up all that dross from our genes and our cells, and it's all coming to the surface. That's exactly what this is. So that's that whole pullback where we're in this cocoon, we're in this initiatory chamber, and we're coming out completely different and new. Okay? Interesting. And in that process, I'm hearing Spirit say that on the other side of this, we're going to discover hidden gifts that we didn't know that we had. Okay. Now the next one, I am presence, light body activation, accessing the divine within. There's our light being revealed, the truth, our authenticity, more and more and more. I love it. Okay, I am presence. Let's see, I am presence. Okay, this card says, you are experiencing a great shift, which is helping you understand yourself in ways that were previously impossible. This is an exciting time. You are connecting with the highest form of intelligence within you. The body of light within you is growing brighter, and you are becoming aware of how your actions and choices affect the unfolding of your future. The bright light you are expressing is yourself, and you're expressing it unapologetically. I love it. It's like we're just becoming more of who we are, and we're doing it because, as I always say, this theme is clearly ongoing here. We're shedding more and more and more layers, and the layers, the pain, the frustration, the triggers, we feel like it's just hell on earth. It's just awful. We are feeling it to heal it. We are shedding it to reveal more and more and more of who we really are authentically inside, so that we can go out in the world, out in the collective, shining in our unique ways, bringing our unique talents, being authentic so that we can actively create new earth. That's what it's all about. See? Okay, there you have it. I hope that is helpful, and I will check back in with you again maybe over the next couple of days or so for the next video for the next new moon in Aries, and let's see what energy that brings, because I feel like that's going to be a banger. So yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for liking, sharing and subscribing, and have a beautiful, blessed full moon eclipse in Virgo. So much love. Bye.